Since 1982, when the first case of HIV and AIDS was diagnosed in Uganda, the scourge has claimed the lives of over a million, while another 1.5 million are HIV positive. In the early 90s, Uganda's prevalence rate reached an alarming levels, but because of a robust campaign, it fell to a marginal 6.2%. But there is fear that the gains are being reversed. The number of people infected with the disease is once again on the rise.
It's now estimated at the 7.3%, the HIV prevalence rate, and yet it had earlier on fallen to about 6.2%. So it's a worrying trend.
MPs on the Parliamentary Committee on HIV and AIDS want compulsory tests for the lawmakers, which will eventually be rolled out countrywide.
We have agreed and kind of passed a resolution amongst ourselves, the 26 members of Parliament. We have agreed that we are going to take on compulsory testing. First of all, as members of Parliament,
I absolutely agree that compulsory testing must start with us, because as leaders, we are supposed to be exemplary.
This radical proposal is part of the HIV prevention bill currently before Parliament.
But as a legislator, I'm saying it may infringe on the human rights. And I tell you, I wouldn't want to be against the human rights of the country.
The MPs are also proposing to set up an HIV/AIDS fund in case donor agencies pull the plug. They propose to introduce taxes on cigarettes, airtime, lodges, air tickets, among others, to contribute to the fund.
Now, supposing some of these donor-funded programs end, what will happen to this? So progressively, we must mobilize domestic resources to fund HIV/AIDS programs.
The lawmakers also expressed concern over the reduction in the provision of free condoms in Parliament.
There are no condoms in parliamentary places of convenience. Remember that Parliament or parliamentary building is not occupied by only parliamentarians. We have young girls and boys and other people who are working with us here. Whoever cannot control himself or herself may use them. Instead of, if we pretend people are going to die, I'm telling you the truth.
A practice which we encourage all public places to do, because that's one way of enabling access to condoms. But it seems the office responsible has not replenished the supplies.
Charity begins at home. Members of Parliament on the HIV and AIDS Committee have found it necessary that compulsory testing of HIV and AIDS must start within members of Parliament if it's rolled all over the country. But human rights organizations are opposed to the move that will infringe on human rights. Jingo Francis, NTV, Parliament.